Hey, this is Amanda Nelson, and today I would like to address parents concerning the myth that learning two languages delays language and or speech development. And first, I want to think about why this myth exists. Well, if you only know English and you're observing a child who knows English and Chinese, and as they switch between the two languages, and you compare them to a child who only knows English, then they will appear to you to be delayed. And studies even show that if only one language is considered, that child, in fact, is likely delayed. However, if we begin to rethink this myth and change our thinking in this area and realize that children learn languages in concert, they are learning the skills, the grammars, and the lexicons of different languages all at the same time, then you understand that it's not really a delay. It may take longer to develop two languages, but when those two languages are both evaluated, when a child is considered in all the languages that they are learning, they're actually not delayed. So a monolingual child, say, knows 20 words. Well, the bilingually developing child also knows 20 words. It's just divided between the two languages that they're learning. So what if we don't change our thinking in this area? Well, one result is the hold-off policy, and that's where learning additional languages in schools is not offered until high school. So it's like many of us, say in high school we took 2 or 3 years of German, but we didn't really master it. We can't really use it. Also, many systems will have English-only policies, and the negative results of English-only policies are subtractive language experience, where a child begins to give up their home language. And you can imagine the effects this has on their social development, their family relationships. Also, there are widening learning gaps between the monolingually developing children and the bilingually developing children, because they're only given the opportunity to function in one language, in the English, where they need to be able to use two languages. And there's loss of opportunity for both bilingually and monolingually developing children. So what do the benefits look like? Well, one is that those learning gaps close as a child is allowed to engage in more than one language at school, their home language and whatever the majority language happens to be. And also that if we abandon this myth, then we give children the opportunity to learn more than one language at a younger age. And what are the benefits of learning more than one language at a younger age, say before 10 years old? Well, in these developing years, a child gains appreciation for diversity and for different ethnicities and cultures. And they are more equipped for a globalized world. Another aspect is that as they are learning two languages and switching between these two languages and evaluating and hypothesizing about these two languages, they're doing higher level mental exercise than children who are only learning one language. And so it's just good for their brain. It's just good mental exercise. And then another aspect is that they're laying foundations for future language learning opportunities. If they learn, say, English and Chinese before they're 10 years old, well, when they're 18 years old or 19 years old and they want to take on another language, they already have a foundation for language learning. And so they are better equipped for those future endeavors. So what we really need to ask ourselves is it worth it? Is it worth it to maybe take some time away from some sports activities that they're involved in to allow them to be involved in more language learning opportunities? Is it worth it to recommend to our schools to give children the opportunity to learn more than one language at a young age? If we have the financial investment, is it worth it to make financial investments into the opportunities for children to learn more than one language? And so I would say yes, it is worth it for a child to be able to learn more than one language at a young age. Thank you.